Bittersweet day here at Martin Rebuilds. We've been working on a truck for, it took us like 6 months to build it all in, and just finished it up this weekend. Had a few minor details to work out, but the truck's finally leaving. And I told you guys we were headed to something new. We did get another truck bought today. So out with the old, in with the new. Yep, we're going to another Lightning, a 23 max tow, a Lariat, about 30,000 miles, and it's rapid red, my favorite color. I know we're all blue, but I really have wanted a max tow rapid red truck since the beginning, since the first 22 we built, and we got one bought, coming out of Florida. It should be here in a couple of weeks, so watch for the build. Be several videos on this truck. This truck has been amazing. I wanted to do a walk around with you on this. This truck we built to keep for my wife, and she ended up driving it for about 6 months to a year, and then she moved into her Mustang Mach-E. Videos dropping soon on that one as well. I want to tell you the story behind it because I've never really got into that. This truck came from Houston, Copart. This truck was a landscaper's truck. The story goes, she was in the truck and had a sneeze attack or something, floored the truck, and it shot out in the intersection, and boom, that happened. The pictures kind of speak for itself here. So I want to do a quick walk around and show you what all we had to do and everything we went through. If you haven't watched the videos, check my recent videos before, because it shows the whole build. This truck's had a new frame, a new bed from Ford, all the new parts. It just was completely gone through from every nut and bolt. Quality is second to none. So you know who you are, who's getting it. Let's check out what the 23 Lightning is completely finished. Starting at the front, painted the grille, Ford paint code. It's kind of a black pearl. I don't know if it'll pick it up out here in the sun, but this paint just absolutely pops. And we did paint match the lower valance below the air intake to match that. We had the LED Ford emblem installed with, check out my video on the harness install, the harness modification, so you're not tapping into the fuse box. You can actually go to the right front or left front headlight. We use the right front headlight harness. That makes the cleaner install, and it's a little more safe. Added the F150 emblems in the fender chargers on both sides. Michelin Defender LTX tires, which are awesome. Added the F150 tailgate emblem to it. I think it really gives it a matte finish. It really gives it a really nice look on the back of the truck. We did add the Retrax tonneau cover. I love the Retrax tonneau covers. I love the hard look, the shine, the gloss after you're in there. And then of course we did the Dominator spray and bed liner on this. So this truck has an aftermarket liner that we did here in the shop. It's been a really great liner. If you're wondering about long term on this Dominator, it is a little smooth. So stuff slides around, but I threw a rubber Ford bed liner mat in it on top. Gives us really good protection, and that bed mat locks everything in place. So this is a Pro Power on board truck. Does have the box link system, does have the power tailgate and the power tailgate step, being a 23. Let's jump inside. I'll show you some of the things that we did to the inside, mostly in the software, so you can kind of get an idea of what we did there. Some of the things that we've done, we've turned on the through FDRS. These updates are out for a lot of guys, but we do it through FDRS, the Google EV routing with battery percentage on arrival. So that's been a really good thing for us. That's the best EV routing software I think you can get, is the Google EV routing. Another thing we did, this is a pretty big one, we were able to go into the factory navigation, and we were able to turn on the Tesla superchargers under chargers, because all Lightnings as of today, June of 25, still don't have the Tesla superchargers. Now, it's like I said, this one says it's available, but it has a negative. That means it's not available. It's a Tesla, but it's not a network. But here's the other one. It's in Joplin. That one actually is a network. So we have the factory Tesla chargers loaded up. Once you get this update done, you get this new screen that says fast charging adapter needed, and you can toggle that on or off if you have your adapter or if you don't. So that's a really good update that allows you to use the factory navigation. With that said, I still like the Google EV routing way better than than the factory navigation. Google is just better integrated, more user-friendly. The experience is, to me, just a little bit better. So another thing we did, and I don't have it up here, is we added the charge speed up here on the top right. So when you're charging at a fast charger or a slow charger, it gives your AC or your DC rate up in the top right corner. Again, I don't have it turned on right now because we're not charging the truck. Another thing, let's see, that we did, we were able to turn on the trailer tow mirrors. So when you enable those, you get down both sides of the truck, and when you're putting your blinker on, the side of the truck that the blinker's on will actually load up when you're pulling a trailer. Now, a lot of guys want to have those blinkers come on all the time, not just when you have trailers. You can plug in one of those little light adapters in the back and just set a tow mode in the tow that says lights or something, and it will learn that same efficiency but allow this camera to come on. But workaround that you shouldn't have to do, but if you want workarounds like I do, I like those kinds of things, that'll work for you. So another thing that we did, Blue Cruise 1.4 is now out on these trucks, but I was able to load up Blue Cruise 1.4 early using FDRS, which give us in-lane repositioning and the lane change assist, and also this predictive speed assist, which allows you to keep your speed at or above, a little bit above or below the speed limit automatically. It'll slow down before you get to the speed change, and it'll speed back up after you leave a city, or say if you're going from 55 to 65, it automatically slows down or speeds up. I guess if you hadn't noticed, the seats are all black. There's a video, watch some of my videos down below. We did a full black interior out of a Lariat, so these seats are all black instead of having the gray inlay. I do like the black seats. Yes, they can be a little hotter, but we got cooled seats in the Lariat option, so it's not a problem. All the recalls are completely up to date. This truck is probably a one-off, as up to date as you can get a 23 to be. 23 still had the 80 amp charging. 24s and 5s, they dropped you down to 48 amp charging. That is not something that interests me at all. I gotta have 80 amp charging the way we tow and get home late at night with the battery basically dead and needing to go the next morning. So for us, the 80 amp charging is a must. That's why then this next one that you saw a minute ago is going to be another 23. We are going to continue to buy 23s as long as they're affordable until we have to figure out how to add dual chargers to the truck, which I'm sure is just in software and can be added with the hardware. You add another charger and then you go in and turn it on through software. So eventually we will be doing that, but for now, that's it. And an update on the generator, we're getting a lot closer. Being that I sold this truck, it slowed us down a little bit, but we have a trip coming up the end of August going to Canada, towing our boat, planning to have the generator in place running, and our goal is to hit 250 miles pulling a trailer. So we hope that we're going to see that. That would roughly mean about 500 miles empty. One of the considerations when I was looking, as you saw before, the Cybertruck video, one of the considerations was to buy a Silverado or a GMC Sierra EV, only for the battery. I went and drove one, tried to be very objective. That truck's louder. The interior noise is considerably more. It doesn't have near the acceleration the Lightning does. By power numbers, it should, but it's so heavy, it doesn't have the acceleration. And to be honest with you, it just didn't feel what I'm comfortable with. There's nothing wrong with the truck. Would I buy one? Yes. The thing it's got going for it is that huge battery and that big range, 460 to 480 miles of range, quite a bit towing. It is a monster for towing. But we're planning to have that same monster in the Lightning with the generator, only doing it for about a third the price, maybe a quarter of the price, because we're going to be under 25 grand all in our next Lightning for the shop the way we build them. This Silverado or GMC Sierra was 85 plus. And you can get some discounts, but it's going to be over 80,000. So for us, didn't make sense for the trips. And to be honest with you, I don't need a 208, 210, 212 kilowatt battery running around every day. The 131 in the Lightning handles 90% of what I do. It's only on all the trips do I want the longer range, which the generator will offset. And then when I get home, set the generator out, set it off in the shop. It can sit there till the next trip. So there's a pros and cons to everything you do, which truck you buy, if you want a generator or not. Should you even buy electric? Is gas F-150 better? For me, I won't go back to gas because of the power, because of the quiet. The experience of driving a Lightning is like nothing else. The Cybertruck was awesome. It has a lot of attention around it right now, meaning just people staring at you. When I drive the Lightning through town, nobody looks twice anymore. It's just an F-150. I think the Sierra or the Chevrolet would be the same way as far as attention, but again, with the price. The reason I didn't buy a Silverado or GMC or Cybertruck is the price. They're just too expensive. I was watching wrecked ones sell for 40 to 55,000. By the time you have no warranty, you put all the parts in it, you're going to be 60 plus, and they're new for 80. It just doesn't make sense to us to do that. So another Lightning, Martin Rebuilds, is going to be Team Rapid Red. Look for the video coming up. Have a good day.